If you've known me for a while now, you know how I feel about Crunchyroll. I never liked them since they were a pirating site. I just think they were up to par to the other sites that have improved and done wonders on their streaming service sites compared to them, which they're supposed to be the mainline one, the one you're supposed to go to watch the most high quality of anime. But as years go on, you see them stumble, fall, and ruin themselves, despite being the one you have to pay for. It always makes me wonder, why is it the sites that you have to pay for have the most worst service you can ever get compared to ones you can watch for free? I've always felt that way. And as one Japanese creator once said, that piracy is more of a service problem. If you can provide a good service that your um, customer is paying for and it sucks compared to a free service in this, and it's way, I mean, 1,000 times better than the one you have to pay for, why would you pay for a service that sucks? Then go for a service that's amazing. It's always been that way. And ever since the very first Anime Awards, they've shown that they are very terrible at this. They really sucked at this. The very first one. I've never watched these things because I knew it was going to be a complete dumpster fire. I watched it over the years and years where it was more of a popularity contest than it was an actual ratings of good quality anime. But at least sometimes, every now and then, it would rein in something else very interesting. You know, certain animes that would look interesting would win until after COVID. Someone made a picture showing all the animes that won Anime of the Year in Crunchyroll, and they noticed a trend. After 2020, nothing but mainstream shonen anime would always win Anime of the Year, despite the amazing animes that would air around that same time. It made you wonder why. Why this quality? And all it was is because the animation and fight scenes were great, but that's it. Demon Slayer, much as I enjoy, its story isn't really all that. It kind of sucks. Jujutsu Kaisen does kind of subvert the expectations of shonen, but it still isn't all that. Attack on Titan, I kind of got bored out of sometime as it went on, and I just watched it as read it as a chore, but that was it. And then plenty of others. Now, the one that won this year and won a lot of categories was Solo Leveling, based off of Webtoon. And I never really cared for Solo Leveling. I never really did. It's okay, but it's no Tower of God. In my opinion, Tower of God is way better. Well, the animation for season 2 wasn't up to par. No, it was not. But I still cared for the story better because it wasn't just about its fight scenes. It was about its world, its system, and the lore behind what's going on within the tower and the high corruption behind it. In my opinion, Tower of God was the One Piece in Korea. Very good. But Solo Leveling went on because it's high quality animation, and that is it. It had some very interesting moments, but deep down inside, its own fan base got mad when the main character showed some sign of, sadness and tears of joy. They all clowned him for it. I always thought that is ridiculous, but this is what happens when you have shonen tards running the show. And not only that Solo Leveling as well was a production made by Crunchyroll. Hint, hints. So the fact that it won so many awards, it felt like it was an inside job to make sure that this anime got so much cred that it did really rightfully deserve for main characters. You had stuff like Free Ran and Delicious in the Dungeon, and even damn, what other song? Oshino Koi was out too, and plenty of other shows. And then you having shonen tards, yes, we call them shonen tards, or AKA hoodweebs, will show up and say why shonen anime is the superior. In reality, shonen anime is like level one graded um anime. It's the like baby's first anime you can get into because most of the times shonen anime's plots are very simplistic and very cookie cutter in a way. Very boring in my opinion. It can be interesting and stuff, but as you grow old, you get kind of tired of the typical, oh, watch this guy overpower this guy with a technique or a new form or fighting stance. It gets boring right away, and you crave something more. So, as I was saying, years go by, some people get tired of it. They grow out of it. We'll still watch it, you know. Not everyone can be a One Piece and stuff, but people still prefer their Naruto's and Bleaches and stuff. Their Black Clovers, and not saying they're bad. It's just that they do the by the books kind of things, which kind of gets kind of boring as you get older. You crave something more as time goes on. Unfortunately, some people don't grow out of that. So Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year despite all the other amazing animes that broke records and did such an amazing job. And you've seen throughout the years nothing but shonen anime would win its awards. And my gripe is, why are you watching this? Why do you care? Don't pay attention to this. Don't watch this. You know, that's my only solution to all this. It shouldn't matter because Crunchyroll rewards always suck since the very beginning. I've been saying this for years, and it seems like people just don't get it. Why watch something to tee you off at the end of the day? And you know other shows deserve to win. That's just how it is, in my opinion. But again, it's just like the same thing when they did the 100 years of anime. They made a top 100 animes, and the entire list was very predictable. But then Japan did their list, and it was way more interesting than it was the list that was in America. Animes were in places you didn't expect them to be compared to the American list. It was very predictable. So then there's other sites, however, you can get Anime Awards. Anime Trending is a great site, by the way, for it. It does an amazing job. Not like what it used to, where it used to make YouTube videos and sideshows and stuff like that. But now it just does let's show you a picture and show you the ratings, and that's pretty much all it does. But Anime Trending does a better job than Crunchyroll does. Not to mention, there's also Anime Corner. Anime Corner, in my opinion, does an even better job because underrated gem animes can even rise to the top as well, compared to Anime Trending as well. I love Anime Trending, they're my favorite, but sometimes they can learn from Anime Corner as well. They do a fantastic job when it comes to their ratings as well, you know, and they have other categories as well to make sure things happen. For instance, you'll never see Bang Dream Abu Magica ever be in the ratings for Anime of the Year at all, despite its amazing story, the grand opening, and crazy drama plot. But then again, stuff like Anime Trending and Anime Corner, they were up there, man. Especially in the seasonal anime, when it came to winter anime, they were blowing out records. Crazy, man, for best art design. Almost won best opening, best voice acting, best original music. Avu Magica was just breaking out the records and everything like that. Then there's also Uma Misame, and not just Uma Misame Cinderella Grey, which people are starting to take notice of, but also the Uma Misame movie, Dawn of a New Aura. You know, that one was amazing. Amazing animation, great story, good character designs, all of that. That was it. I understand why the other movie won by the creator of Chainsaw Man. That movie was good too. But Uma Musume, just being biased, was my favorite movie during that year. Then again, maybe it came out the year before. It's just that I watched it this year because we were only get it as Westerners. But anyways, that's my gripe for the entire thing. Stop watching the Crunchyroll Awards. They're not worth it. They're not good. They never were good. The site sucks. The service sucks. Everything about Crunchyroll just sucks. It really does. You know, you're better off going to other sites and stuff like that. And yes, these sites can be taken down, but they always come back. And they'll find their way to improve as time goes on, because that's what they do. Because Crunchyroll at the end of the day is not all that. It never has been, never will be, and stuff. And now they got rid of Funimation and collide everything, it sucks. The only thing I ever wanted from Crunchyroll is to make the dub the rest of Love Live. But let's face it, after season 1 of Superstar, they never dubbed any more Love Life ever again. The rest of Superstar is not dubbed. The rest of Nijisaki is going to be dubbed. And it sucks. It really does. But I thought you didn't care about dubs. I don't care like dubs like that. I don't hate dubs. I just prefer subs over dubs. But every now and then, when I'm watching anime again, I would like to watch it in dubs so I can see it through a different perspective. Maybe something I didn't pick up on that I did before. That's how it usually is for me. But anyways, that's my gripe, the entire thing. Is why are you watching the Crunchyroll Awards? Why should you care? You know, it's just mainstream slop. That's all it is. It's mainstream slop. And don't even bother. You know? Look away. Pay no attention to it. Move on with your life. Focus on different award shows like Anime Trending and Anime Corner. And that's all I gotta say for about that. So I hope you guys heed my warning and take my advice. So then I also hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This is the background on anime. Signing out.